Hi humans, Grindrr is back, and if you're new here, I'm just Man's been trying to create something here on YouTube. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about one of the craziest, weirdest stories I have about Grindr's date, not a date, a hookup. And this story happened some years ago. I was 21, 20, around that, I don't remember exactly. If you're new to this channel, you need to know that I'm the worst person when it's about dates. That I was a young man full of hormones in my body, needing to do things, and it was 2 a.m. You probably heard it before, but it's almost the devil's time, so the devil wants to act. And I was on Grindr, and even now I used to download the app and just delete it several times because Grindr, at least in my area, at least in my city, it's hard. Let's just say it's just hard, but not in a good way, really. So I was there, and suddenly there was a message from a guy, and he looked cute. And the most important fact was that he was really close. I don't remember the distance exactly, but it was like 7 minutes walking. Let's just say that I don't drive, and getting an Uber 2 a.m. here, it's basically impossible. So I needed to walk in a dangerous city. Kids, don't do it. Also, kids, don't be on Grindr. Also, no one should be on Grindr. So, and he started talking with me, and of course it was just you know, right in the moment thing. And I sent him some pictures. He sent me some of his pictures, and it was like impressive pictures. He was like cute. And the weirdest thing was that at the same time we were talking about, oh, let's do it now, because, you know, the body. He was kind of like sending some messages, like talking about his life, which not bad, but it was 2 a.m. and I was horny. And he just said that he just went out of a 10 years relationship and with a man, which is weird here too, and that's why he was on Grindr. He wanted some action, but also he was really nice. He was really nice. He was talking like you talk with a friend that you love, almost hugging them with words. And it was 2 a.m. I put my clothes on, I got ready for the action. If you're gay, you know what I mean. Of course, it was the middle of the night, and I was horny, but not as dumb. And here in Brazil, we have a thing called the thief phone. That it's basically everyone here have a phone that it's broken, or it's a super cheap phone that you go out. I mean, it's barely working, but you go out because when, and I say again, when someone steal it from you, it's not your actual phone. It was a thing that if I was robbed in the middle of the way, or when I get there, it wouldn't be like a huge problem. 2 a.m. a random gay, in that time super skinny boy, walking in a dangerous city just to get some action. I went there, and I was with an old phone, so it was hard to follow the map because the phone was old. So I kind of got lost a few times, but it was a close place. So I got there after like 10 minutes. It was just a 7 minutes walk, but I got a little bit like lost. I knew where I was. I just couldn't find his house. And I got to his house just to find out that he lived with his grandma. From what I got from the story, he just moved back to the city after breaking up with that husband that he had. And it happens a lot around here. People just move to another city or another state when they are in a relationship because they don't want their families to find out that they're gay. Because I live in a super Christian country, so it's hard. When I got there, I was ready for action, and he just said, oh, we need to be quiet. We need to do it in a super quiet way. Also, when I got in the house, I got in the main door, but I was kind of sneaking in. I was like moving through shadows and basically walking like a cat. And when I got there, there were like 2 beds, and they were, you know when you wash your clothes, but you are too lazy to, put them in the right place, and you just put them all above your bed. Basically, the 2 beds were like that, so we couldn't use the 2 bed. We could move the things to one bed to another, but it was so full of things above the beds that we kind of had to do things in the middle. So you have 2 single beds, and we had like the floor, and it was fast. It wasn't that good, but now I get to the strangest part for me. When I left that place, the phone that I had with me, that old phone, that was still a phone. It wasn't broken. It was just super old and, working barely, but still working. And when I left there, I tried to look at the phone to see if there were like any kind of message or anything. And the phone was entirely broken. And I remember just putting the phone in a corner, in a place. I don't know what happened because we were in the other corner of the room, and the phone was fully broken. Not only the outside of it, but the screen, it was completely destroyed. I don't know, like someone literally just got a hammer and destroyed it. And that's not even the weirdest part. That's not even the weirdest part. So when I got home, remember that I stayed there for probably 15 minutes, and I walked back in the middle of the night. Young, wild, and technically not free. And when I got home and I started taking my clothes off, let's just say that all my clothes were covered in chicken feathers.
It's the Chicken Man!
Which is also weird because I didn't listen any chicken there, and we were in a bedroom, and we are in the middle of a big 3 million people city. So having chickens in your home, it's not usual, and I didn't see any chickens there. Or heard, because chickens make sounds, especially when there is any kind of light. Of course, I was moving in the dark, maybe. But the even weirder part about the chicken feathers were that it wasn't only a color of feather. I had all kinds of chicken feathers colors all over my body. And it was literally from several different chickens. But when I say covered, I could like put them all together and make a new piece of clothing. And we didn't even touch many things. We kind of did it standing up in the, you got it. I don't want to talk about those things. And I remember having to take several showers, because I wasn't smelling good. It was a weird smell, probably from probably dead chickens. And that's not even the part where I blocked him, because I was young and horny. I got my phone broke. I got several chickens feather. But I don't know, I could be horny the next day and we could do it again. I know I'm crazy, but here finding people to talk about gay things, it's hard because most of the people are in the closet, and technically I had to sneak in his house. And remember that I said that he said to me that he did break up a 10 years relationship recently? Well, I stayed there for 15 minutes. I mean, I have some techniques. How can I say this without YouTube like banning my channel? I have special abilities, but it's not that much. Let me explain. When I got home, I got to my real phone, the phone that I used. I went to the app and there were like 30 messages from him. Each was basically 30 messages of him saying that he was in love with me. And I'm not saying like, oh, you're fucking, awesome and I'm in love with you. Like, no, he literally said, I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I think you're special. I think you're smart. I think you are beautiful. And I could only think about, how can you say that I'm beautiful? I was in the dark. How can you say that I'm smart? We didn't talk. Maybe the chicken's feather were some kind of voodoo. Thinking about it now. But there were no bones, so no. And it was weird. I don't know if I looked like his ex and he was still trying to, recover from it, and it was still something that happened like recently. But he was basically inviting me to move with him and his grandma that didn't know I was there. And I blocked him. Because he was insane. So that was today's video. For me, it's a weird story. I don't know what I didn't like made a video about it before. And for me, thinking about it now, it's super fun. It's a super fun story. In that moment, it was just craziness for me to go out in the middle of the night, just to walk to a guy's house, just to get my phone broken and get like filled with chicken feathers from different chicken species, races, I don't know, different chickens that were probably dead, and to get a guy saying that he was in love with me and he wanted me to move in with him because I was smart and beautiful. Yeah, life sometimes it's weird. That was this video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, I have a ton of crazy stories because sometimes I put myself in weird situations with people that are literally crazy. At least I had fun. It was short, fast, but it was fun. Bye. Ooh. I need to get my chest today in check because I'm feeling like the boobs. Yeah, I call it boobs. The boobs are getting smaller. I don't know. Bye.